The school board approved the use of drones back in December. Now the security officers are trained, it's allowing them to take security to new heights. Yes, Marcia, we're out here where those two suspects had left their red pickup truck. This line marks the imaginary boundary between the United States and Mexico. But I want to bring attention to this right here. Neighbors have already started bringing out flowers and candles. But if you take a look over here, you can see that this house suffered roofing damage. And with all those cases on their desks, it's like seeing tax money just walk away. Picking up after yourself should be easy. For now, those families are focusing on the water surrounding their homes. Of his second term, Mayor Darling, please join us now. Can you tell us, how does it feel like to be reelected? Now, I'm about 5'1", and as you can clearly see, this pile of branches here stands a lot taller than I do. For 33 days, law enforcement and volunteers searched the streets of Raymondville. They need your help to fill up bags like these. It's not just leaves that the rain pushes into the drains, but it's mud as well. When examining a vehicle for flooding damage, it might look good from the outside, but it's when you pop the hood and you take a peek inside that you see the full extent of the water damage.
They put the CO2 canister in here. This one's already broken.
They're tiny aluminum containers carrying nitrous oxide.
They use them and it gives them a euphoric effect, and it causes, with nitrous oxide, it basically displaces the oxygen and your brain doesn't get the oxygen it needs. So then you kind of pass out at times, and that's what gives a lot of people this euphoric effect.
Nitrous oxide is also known as hippie crack, whippets, and NOS. The gas is usually used to inflate balloons, but it's being abused and inhaled through the mouth.
They use that, put their mouth to that.
It's called huffing. Most inhalants affect the central nervous system and slow down brain activity. The high received from one of these is less than 1 minute. So individuals start using more and more, increasing the danger to their health. Police officers in the Rio Grande Valley are seeing an increase of individuals using the whippets, so they turn to their local state representative for help.
Some of these smoke shops throughout, the valley, from what they've seen, they are not fully disclosing what the effects are for the use of the whippets.
The canisters are meant to be used for cooking or sporting purposes, but are being marketed and sold at head and smoke shops with packaging that encourages use. Representative Munoz wrote House Bill 296 to change deceptive marketing and stop advertisement of nitrous oxide as having a different purpose than what it is intended for.
People are under the impression that they're going to get some sort of positive effect from them. From at the end of the day, they're still causing harm.
Damages to the body are more noticeable through long-term use.
They'll start to have nerve changes because of the container itself. It's a lower temperature, so you'll start to have nerve damage around your mouth. Your lungs will start to have scarring issues just because of that inhaling.
The canisters are small, but if parents see them, they should sit down and speak with their children. In Hidalgo County, Imelda Mejia, CBS 4 News, and ValleyCentral.com. Whether it's by air, by boat, or by foot.
This is actually one of the busiest places in the nation.
Border Patrol agents along the Rio Grande keep guard by keeping an eye out to see who attempts to cross into the United States.
Under this administration, again, the focus is on border security, and we're looking at those areas that now need more attention than others.
This year, agents are seeing a drop in numbers. In March, 16,600 individuals were apprehended. This is a 30% decrease from February and a 64% decrease from the same month in fiscal year 2016. Most of what agents patrol down here in the Rio Grande Valley looks like this. Border Patrol agents say the dangerous terrain might be why they're seeing less people crossing into the U.S. The cost of crossing, both financially and physically, are just one of the reasons why policymakers believe there is a dip in numbers.
Something that Trump is doing good, that I could never get President Obama to do that, is that he kept saying there will be repercussions.
While recent rhetoric from the White House is aggressive, there is another part needed in winning the battle.
So we have the immigration law that has been on the books for several years. When you have a policy that supports the enforcement of that law that exists already, and you have a good, sound operational strategy that combines the boats, the horses, the ATVs, the agents, and vehicles, you will impact illegal immigration numbers rather quickly.
While crossings are at an all-time low in 17 years, smuggling attempts have not changed, but the emotion behind those crossing has.
You see the folks that cross becoming less willing to be apprehended, if you would. They're more willing to resist or more willing to run, which unfortunately just kind of makes it more dangerous for them and for us.
For now, Border Patrol will keep putting agents out as a front line of defense along the Rio Grande between the United States border in South Texas. Near the Rio Grande in South Texas, I'm Imelda Mejia reporting.